wanna know what life is like if I'm a millionaire. Yeah. Looking at my life, I want to find the things. Wake up in the morning, saw my face, I'm in the magazine. Saw the paparazzi.
Welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to talk about my portfolio, my Robinhood portfolio, my investment portfolio, and I want to go over all the moves that I've made over the last couple of weeks because my portfolio has completely changed. I made some risky moves. So right now I'm holding $14,462. Today we lost $117. It was minus 0.8%. So over the last week has been crazy, guys. I've been up 18% this week, 2,292. Over the last month, 2,253. 3 months ago, 1,564. And the reason is because I made some terrible investments on Dogecoin. I ended up losing a lot of money around August and September. It was a pretty bad stretch right there. And over the last year, that's not accurate. The last year, all time, I guess, I started investing in March. I'm up 2,868, so 24% for the year. I don't have a full year with investments so far, but this is what I've done so far. I own a little bit of Bitcoin just because I know Bitcoin has the potential to be up even higher over the next couple of years. A lot of people are turning 18, they're getting into investments. Robinhood, which is a huge platform that's gaining momentum. A lot of states actually don't even allow you to trade on Robinhood. I think only 17 United States states are allow you to trade, so it's only going to go up over the future. So right now, Bitcoin, I have $618 of equity. So far, I have a negative $9 return. There's a long-term investment in case the stock market goes down, because I could see a lot of people just jumping into Bitcoin if like the banks or something happens again. Although I don't think it will. I just think that having an investment right now when I know more people are going to be investing is just $500 I'm willing to risk. And that's what investments are. They're risk. You never know what's going to happen. So I just put $500 on Bitcoin. Dogecoin keeps dropping. Might jump into Dogecoin. We'll see. Okay, so this is what I actually own right now. I own 250 shares of NEO. Now, when I get to NEO, I'll go through all my stocks and then I'll go individually of why I own every single stock. So I own 250 shares of NEO. It's a 676 my average. On CRISPR, I own 16 shares of CRISPR at 43.12 on average. Right now it's at 39. Bank of America, it's at 28.89, and I own 9 shares at 27.98. Disney, 40 shares at 115 average. Facebook, I own 5 shares at 159. Right now it's at 158. Home Depot, I own 10 shares at 185.75. And I bought Home Depot today, actually. So I'm up $3, basically what I bought it for. 11 shares of Apple. And I bought Apple yesterday. So I'm up $20 just since yesterday on Apple. And then 1 share of Google. Google, I'm down $23. And that's my portfolio so far. So I'm going to go over how I made that money. So let me go over how I made that money first. And it's all thanks to Kronos Group, the marijuana stock from Canada. I rode this wave and I ended up making around almost $2,000 profit. Yeah, so around October 4th, I started buying a lot of Kronos. So you see over the next, I was just selling shares of, I had some Facebook, some Disney, some Twitter, some Intel. You could see my last video is called how I lost $2,000, my Robinhood portfolio. I ended up selling everything that I had. So you could see right here on the 4th, I ended up buying 50 shares, then 60, then 15, then 100 shares, then 50, then 3, then 50. You get the point, guys. I was buying a lot of shares from October 4th until October 9th. I was just adding to my position. I saw it drop and I was like, you know, I'm gonna lower my cost, because I started buying it like around 10.50 and I got it down all the way to 10.07 average. And then yesterday it went crazy since Thursday and Friday. It went super volatile and it was going up. So I was like, you know what, I'm ready to sell. I was driving on the freeway, so I couldn't really sell. 30 cents. So I sold 180 shares, only up 30 cents. I should have waited for more. I would have made more money, but again, we didn't lose money. That's the rule of the game. I sold 180 shares so I could buy Google, because I saw a buying opportunity for Google and I didn't want to miss out. It was like the fear of missing out. So I ended up doing it. Then yesterday is when it was really volatile. Kronos, it went crazy. I sold 500 shares at $12 and 141 shares at $11.62. Let's go over how crazy this stock was yesterday. I mean, yesterday in the morning and I guess it doesn't show here. But Kronos yesterday, it reached all the way to it was around $13 on the pre. And then it ended up dropping within the first 5 minutes from $13 to $12. It dropped an entire dollar. And I was trying to sell. I sold 500 shares at $12. And then I sold 141 shares at so I ended up selling both of those positions. And I was like, you know what? I made my profits. I could have gone up more. I learned my lesson from Dogecoin. I ended up losing money on Dogecoin, even though I was up like 2,000, because I was like Dogecoin's gonna just keep going up. I'm gonna make way more money, and it ended up burning me. So I learned that lesson. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take that freaking. I'm just gonna take that gain. So I had about $10,000 left to invest because the only ones I haven't sold over the last couple of weeks are CRISPR and Neo. Why I have Neo, it's a long-term play for me. Neo, I got in super early. I'm at 676 right now. I'm up like $300, but I'm gonna hold on to Neo maybe until 2020, once there's actually more news about the company, we see what it's actually doing. I could totally see Neo going up to around $20, $18, $20. And right now, I just decided to hold on to 250 shares. I'm playing long term. Again, I know the risks. I know that the company's losing money every month. I know they're a new company, a new car company, and even Tesla's struggling right now that they actually have profitable cars. So risky investment, but I'm only gonna invest until like 2020. Unless Neo goes up crazy, if it doubles the money within the next year, I might just sell it, but we'll see. CRISPR for me, it's a long-term investment. Right now, CRISPR, I'm down $54. It's a company that just specializes in gene splicing, so they're gonna be able to just take all the bad genes from our babies. Like, if you could guarantee your baby's not gonna have Alzheimer's or cancer or any of those bad diseases, CRISPR is the company that's working on that technology to be able to just save people before they're even born. And again, it also has the possibilities to enhance people. So like, if you want your baby to run a 4.6 speed and be 6'7" and have blue eyes and all that stuff, like, you might be able to do that with genetic splicing. And CRISPR, that's what they're doing right now. Bank of America, of course, is the bank that I own. It wasn't a small dip. I ended up buying Bank of America at $27.98 on average. It was yesterday. I had some Bank of America and I bought a couple more. I mean, it's not a huge position, but it's what I have. Then I have Disney, 40 shares of Disney. I'm number one on Disney. This is my number one stock for the next 2-3 years. Next year, their potential is huge with 20th Century Fox. They're going to buy it at the beginning of the year. They're going to have their own streaming service that includes ESPN and ABC. And this company, just the movie business, their theme parks, they're just so diversified. And they're just such a rock star. They have video games. They have everything, guys. Disney's taking over the world. Next up, I have Facebook, 5 shares of Facebook. You know, Facebook's also going to be huge in 5 to 10 years. Home Depot, this might be a swing play for me. It's at 185. I had a small dip and I bought 10 shares of Home Depot because I could definitely see this around 192, 193. And Home Depot is just somewhere I shop. They also pay dividends. So if I want to hold it for long term, definitely something to look at. Next up is Apple, 11 shares at, I think it was like 118 yesterday or 218. So Apple long term, 11 shares. They also pay a dividend. I'm just holding on to Apple long term. And 1 share of Google that I ended up buying the other day. I'm down $23, but again, Google 5 to 10 years from now is going to be massive. Now, I don't recommend you guys do what I did. I ended up selling everything that I talk about. I just literally saw the opportunity with Chronos and I took a gamble because I could have lost a lot of money. I could have lost all my money, but this time I got lucky. I was able to even time the market to sell everything before it dropped 2 weeks ago. It was just some luck, guys, to be honest. I'm only going to hold maybe 25 to 20% of my portfolio will be for swing trades. The rest is going to be long-term investments. So that way I could risk 25% and I'll be happy with where I'm at. I'm also thinking of holding 10% of cash just in case something happens with the market. If somehow the market just keeps dropping, if I have 10% of cash, I will be able to lower my positions or buy some stocks, maybe like Amazon or something that I've always wanted to buy. So I'm gonna hold 10% of cash, 25% on swing trading, and then the rest will be long-term investment. So that's what my portfolio is gonna be. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't recommend you guys follow my advice, but that's just what I'm gonna be doing for the next, at least the next 2-3-4 months. So that's it for today, guys. This is my portfolio update. As well, if you guys want to subscribe, I make financial videos. You guys could keep up with what I'm doing with my investments. As well, I make Coachella videos. If you're interested in ever going to the festival, I made a video yesterday and I have more videos for Coachella as well. So thank you guys for watching. My name's Angel and I'll see you guys next time.
Looking at my life, I want to find the things. Wake up in the morning, saw my face, I'm in the magazine. Saw the paparazzi taking pictures, I'm on TMZ. Got the limit.